Hey there, it's Wendy, the face behind WendyWorkArt on Instagram. So today we're going to be going through step number 6 in the process of making acrylic paint skin jewelry. Step number 1 was mixing the paint. Step number 2 was pouring the paint. Step number 3 was cutting out the paint skin with the little hole punch. Step 4 was gluing the cabochon, the glass cabochon, onto the paint skin. The last video was step number 5, and that was trimming and sealing. And now we are going to be cleaning. So there are specific steps I always take in cleaning the jewelry before putting them into their settings. So we'll get started with that soon here. I'm gonna bring you down so you can see what I'm doing, and we'll go from there. Okay, so the supplies that we need for cleaning the jewelry is isopropyl alcohol. I use the 91%, but I think that the 70% that you can get also would work. You need a piece of paper towel, and then you need your fingernails. That's my key in cleaning the jewelry. So we'll start off with this piece right here. So I don't know if you can see that it's dirty right there. It's got a little bit of glue on it. So, and then usually around the edges, trying to catch the light just right, you can see right here that it's dirty right there. So it's usually around the edges and sometimes a little bit on top when you're gluing and you get some glue on your fingers, and then you end up going like this to squish out all the bubbles underneath, like we talked about in the last step. Or no, sorry, when we were gluing, that was step number 4. That can sometimes happen. So then, and also when you're in the last step is when we put the Mod Podge on the back as the sealant. So you can see that how there's that thick layer of Mod Podge, or I think I put 4 or 5 layers on this time, because it just acts as a barrier so that when you glue the pieces into the cabochons, which look like this, which will be in the next video, using the adhesive to glue it into that bezel sometimes causes a reaction where you can see bubbles. Like, you cannot see any bubbles in here right now. You can see the reflection of the light, but that is not bubbles. So you can see that everything's nice and smooth, and there's no little gaps in the, like, there's no bubbles at all. You can see that. However, sometimes when you put it into the bezel and you glue it in there, bubbles pop up. Hey guys, I just wanted to add in this quick little clip to show you what bubbles look like if you haven't seen them before. So here, this necklace looks all nice and whatever, but you turn it at an angle, and there's those bubbles in there. So that's what I mean by bubbles. So the best way that I found to keep that from happening, to prevent that, is to put the layers of Mod Podge on there, like I talked about in the last step. That was the secret ingredient. So now, okay, so for cleaning, what you're gonna do is take your paper towel, fold it in half. This is what I do, at least. This is a little up close. You're gonna open your isopropyl alcohol. You're gonna put about that much. And then I usually, right when I put the isopropyl alcohol on the paper towel, is when I like to do the bigger cabochons, not the earrings, because it helps when see how the isopropyl alcohol will spread out on the paper towel, it'll kind of soak in a little bit. That's when I like to do the earrings, because it's not as wet, because you're gonna try to not get the alcohol on this side. You don't want the alcohol to break up that adhesive or the Mod Podge, that protective barrier. So I just go around in little circles, cleaning off that dried glue. And then what I usually do is, so what I'm gonna do is I'll show you on my sweatshirt. So I wipe it off just like that, either on my shirt or clean pair of pants, not a nice pair of pants, just clean, doesn't have paint all over it. And then, so that's all dry. And then, because alcohol dries really quickly, which is nice. And then now I'm gonna go around the edges, trying not to hit the actual back part, just the glass. We're just cleaning the glass. Go around the edges. And get all that extra glue off. Okay, and then what I do is I look it over, make sure I've got all the glue off the edges, and if there are little pieces or little areas where there's still some glue left, I'll take my nail and I go along the edge and clean it off. And then I will take this again and clean it one more time. And then I wipe it on that clean cloth. I just always use my sweatshirt because I have designated, you know, art studio clothes, so it's not good clothes or anything. And there, now it is perfectly clean. No more glue stuck on. Nope, nothing on the edges. So that looks perfect. So that one's done. And then, okay, so now that was the 35mm. Now we'll do the 25mm. So we'll take this same one, the same paper towel. It's still, the alcohol hasn't completely dried yet, so we'll keep using this. Do the same thing. And then go around the edges with the nail. If you don't have nails, grow them out. I don't know, this is what I always do, so I'm sure you can figure out other ways to clean it off, but this is what I do. So you can see, can you see that? See that piece of glue stuck on there? Your nail works the best. However, after a while of doing this, your thumbs get really sore. Like, I cleaned jewelry almost all day yesterday, and my thumbs are a little sore today, so sometimes you have to wait a day in between if you're gonna clean a ton of jewelry. So keep that in mind if you're gonna be doing markets in the wintertime for Christmas and for gift giving, because you can't clean them all in one day. When I say I did it all day yesterday, I probably did it for like 3 hours, but even that will make your thumbs sore if you're doing it a lot. And what I really use my thumbnails for is the earrings. So I'll show you that next. So then, this is just a little bit damp yet. There we go. Perfectly clean. You can see that layer of Mod Podge on the back. Okay. So now, earrings. So earrings are tricky because they're so little and they're hard to handle that you'll end up dropping them when you're cleaning them. A lot of times, at least I do. So this is almost dry. It's just barely damp, so I'm gonna go around the edges of this just to kind of soften up that glue a little bit. And then I'm gonna use my nails. Okay. So I'm gonna use my nails and get that stuff off the edges. Sorry if it's hard to see. This is what makes your thumbnails hurt after, your thumbs hurt after a while of cleaning, because This is where you really need to use the, instead of the elbow grease, the thumbnail grease. Can hurt. All right, here we go. Perfectly clean. And then you do the same thing for the other one, and then we'll be done. And if the one thing is that if you get any of the alcohol on the back part of the cabachons, and so then this feels wet, just leave it, you know, backside up so that it can dry before you put them into the bezel, which will be in the next step. And that is it. That's how you clean them. Just use that alcohol and a paper towel and it'll shine up nicely. So if you like videos like this, please hit the like button, as it will really help out my channel. Also, if you want to comment below, that really helps out my channel for the YouTube algorithm. Anything you want to comment is great. Tell me your favorite color, ask me a question, tell me something that you do differently than what I just did. How do you clean your jewelry? I'd love to know. And then if you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified when I post new videos. I will start posting different tutorials, so please let me know what you'd like to see, what you'd like to learn. I'd love to do what you guys want to see, so just let me know what you want to see and I will make it happen. Until next time, keep pouring and I'll see you soon. Bye!